back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great day so far. So, today I'm bringing you the third trimester checklist and update. So, currently I am 32 weeks pregnant during the filming of this video. When it is released, I believe I'll be 34 weeks. I think so. Yeah, 34 weeks. So, bump update. We are this big right now. Your girl is tired, but having to prep, getting ready for baby. Decided to change my scenario today. Ignore my ghetto bookcase. It is not in the best of shape, but we move. Okay. So today I'll just be giving you guys a checklist just to make sure that in your third trimester you are prepping for all the right things. Okay. I'm not gonna babble too long like I always do. I'm gonna get straight into it. Okay. So let's start with number one. Set up your baby space. It's so important to know where your baby space is going to be. For me, man, having a nursery is not something that's a norm. For example, we're gonna have a bedside space set up. I'll have a video on that as well, where I have a newborn, prepping my house for a newborn, and I'll show all those things. But I co-sleep with my babies until they're about close to a year, move them to a cot in our room, and then only after a year move them to another room. So it's so important for you to know where you're going to be and where your baby is going to sleep, and start setting up that space now, just to make it easier, so that you don't decide to do it when baby arrives. You just gave birth, you're exhausted, you saw all those kind of things, guys. So just try and set up, even if you don't have all the stuff you need right now, it's fine, but kind of just visualize how everything's going to be set once baby is here and ready for that. Okay, get a baby caddy. That is so important, where you're going to put all the nappies, the wet wipes, the bum cream, the change of clothing, the burp cloths, just so that you have it ready with you, so that you don't need to go up and down every single time you need to do your nappy change at night. Yo, because it's not fun. Night nappy changes, oh, they will show you flames. Okay, and then number two is wash all the baby laundry. Okay, I personally have not purchased any baby items yet. Culturally, it's not really a good idea to buy baby items or baby clothing too early. So I'm one of those people who waits till like near the end. So I'll only be purchasing around next week. But try and wash all the baby clothes, iron them if you're gonna iron them, and put them in place now while you still have energy. For example, I'm 32 weeks. I still feel like I have a bit of energy, nesting energy within me. So I'll probably do all the laundry, iron all of them, fold them in place. Also, it makes it easier for when you're packing your hospital bag. All the stuff is already there. You've cut off all the tags, and it's just packing and going, instead of having to now, oh my gosh, have to pack my hospital bag. But before I do that, I need to do laundry and cut the tags. That's just going to put you off. So just every week, give yourself a goal or whatever in terms of, getting the stuff ready for baby. Okay. And now sterilize your bottles and pacifiers. Like I said, do this now while you still have the energy. So I have a microwave sterilizer that I use for baby bottles and pacifiers and all of that. If you don't have one, it's so fine. You don't need to buy one. All you need to do is just boil water in your pot, in a nice big pot. Then you put the bottles in there for like a few minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. I'm not sure. I'll try and Google and give you the exact time. Then you take them out, let them cool off, let them air dry, and then find a nice close, clean space for them to stay until baby arrives. Simple as that. Get that going, so that again, if you are going to be taking bottles and pacifiers to the hospital, when you pack in your hospital bag, you just everything in and it's ready to go. Okay. Number 4, have your postpartum station set. Again, I'll be having a video on that and show you what I do. For example, I'm going to be a C-section mom. So in my bathroom, I'm going to have a little basket that has my pads, that has, my painkillers, that has my intimate wet wipes. I spoke about it in the video before, how using intimate wet wipes while you're having that heavy flow is just the best thing to make you feel clean. So just have that ready, have that set. If you've bought all your stuff, put in your bathroom and have another one in your room, you know what I mean? Just so when you go and you need to change and do all of that, you have all of that ready. Whether you're a natural mom and you need all your tucks things and your padsicles and all those extra things, just get it ready now so that you have it, and when you've given birth, it's there and ready for you. Okay. Number 5, the obvious one: pack your hospital bag. I have not, guys, I have not packed my hospital bag. With my daughter, I packed my daughter, my first child. I packed my hospital bag around 30 weeks or 28 weeks. It was really early. It was ridiculously early. And then waiting for her to arrive was absolute torture. I think I rearranged that bag like 5 or 6 times. With my son, I think I packed the bag about 2 weeks before giving birth. And even then, I end up rearranging things. This time around, I don't know what I'm waiting for. I think I'll probably start packing around 36 weeks. I want to pack, you know what? Don't even follow this advice. Pack as early as you can. Anything can happen. Just because I'm a C-section mom, listen, it can happen that, my water breaks or whatever. Just pack it early. I'll start packing too. Okay, I promise. Next week, I'll start packing. I love how I'm procrastinating and setting, another time. But it is what it is. Okay. Also, while you're in the packing of hospital bag, like I said, you might not have everything that you need. So make a checklist. Write down all the things that you need for your hospital bag. Have one for yourself. Have one in the fridge as well, where you put it up so your family and everyone who's close to you can see what you've ticked off, what's already in the bag, and what's missing from the bag. So if anything happens, for example, where you go into labor early or something, or an emergency of any case, and you have to rush to the hospital and they have to pack the bag for you, they already know what's missing because the checklist is on the fridge, and communicate continuously. For example, my husband knows everything that needs to be in the hospital bag. We've spoken about where my hospital bag will stay. Around 35 weeks, I'll probably have it in the boot of the car, just ready there. But he knows where it's going to be. He knows what things I still need. He knows what they look like. Just speak with your partner, your family, whoever's with you, just so they are on the same page and they know more or less, hey, okay, this is what's needed in a hospital bag so they can help you out or bring it for you later if you end up having to go to the hospital before all of that is done. Okay. But I also have a video up on what will be my hospital bag coming up soon, because this is a whole pregnancy series that I'm doing. So that'll be there to help you out as well. Okay. Number 6, if this is applicable for you, install your car seat base. Okay. I know that some car seats have the base where the isofix, where they attach the isofix of the car. I think that's the terminology or how you use it in a sentence. If it's not, amen. I'm sorry. Get that in. Put that in the car and have that ready. Don't put the car seat in the car way too early. Don't let it sit in the car. Apparently that's not always a good idea. But if you want to put it in the car and have it ready, listen, go for it. Also, practice how to put the seatbelt on, because guys, we didn't know. Like when we put in the car seat in our car, my son wasn't a baby when we had our car. He was about 4 months or whatever. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But we had no idea what we were doing. And we didn't think to YouTube how to put the car seat, the belt around the car seat. It was just messy. It was a long process full of laughter because we are grown people. Why can't we do this? So just get all of that out and know how to use everything now already, so that on the day you sit and you're not fumbling and trying to figure out how it works. Okay. And know how to install and uninstall the base as well, and just all of those fun things. Okay. Number 7, learn how to use the stroller. I mean, you have time now. You don't have a little person who's keeping you busy. Know how to fold it and unfold it. If you don't have a car, for example, or even if you do have a car, know how you're gonna put it in the boot and out of the boot. Just those small things, hey? Because when you're alone with the baby and you need to go shopping and you need to run errands, you're gonna be alone. You need to figure out How are you gonna get the scroller? The scroller, girl, the stroller, and the groceries, and baby in the car. So try and work that out quite early, because man, you can look a hot mess when you haven't figured that out, and you kind of figure it out in the parking lot, or when your Uber is there and people are looking at you like, what is she doing? So just learn all of that now if you can. Okay. And then number 8, try to stock up on food. Okay. So for example, we are bulk buyers. We buy things in bulk. And so we have a timetable set in which in when we go and buy like all the dry items, things like that. Obviously your wet items and your fresh items like your fruit, your veggies, and your milk and all of that, you can't buy to bulk because they'll mold. But the general items. So we have a timetable. So now we know that end of this month we're not really gonna bulk buy. We're gonna bulk buy around about next month because that's when I'm due. So that food can go for like the next 3 to 4 months, and I don't have to do the up and down of running errands and buying food. It'll just be the milk and the bread and the basics that my husband can bring home from work every day. Okay, so try to sort that out early so that when you do give birth, you don't have the burden of having to ask someone to go buy the things for you, or you having to figure out how you're going to purchase the items if you're alone with baby and things like that. Also, prepping meals, man, like it's so much easier if you have all the stuff there. You're able to prep your meals. If you are a freezer meal person, you can prep your meals early, freeze them, and know that they're there. You're just gonna warm them up. I'm a meal person, but not a freezer meal. I'm a fridge meal person. So I can prep for like 3 days in one day. I know that okay, I'll be eating that and warming it up and things like that. So just try and get those out of the way. Get deals and specials early if you can. If you have the funds, buy those quickly and have them stored there, you know, so you don't have to do store runs while you're trying to heal and trying to bond with baby. Okay. So, number 9, deep clean your house. If you can pay someone or pay a company to do it, do it. I literally have a company that I found. That I'm gonna use person to deep clean my house probably a week before I go into the hospital, just so I know when baby's here everything is just like spring clean. Do you know what I mean? I personally usually have someone who comes in and cleans my place once a week, but I need that fresh, full spring clean, just for everything to be clean and for me to feel like when I walk into the house. So if you can pay someone, you can afford that, get it done just to give yourself that peace of mind. If not, then do you know what? During the nesting period, you have all the energy in the world. So just work one room at a time. You know what I mean? Tell yourself today, Monday, I'll do this room. You know what I mean? Rest Tuesday, Wednesday, do another room. So by the time you come home with baby, your house is clean and fresh and you can just feel great and relax in it. Okay. And then number 10 is have a delivery plan. Okay. Obviously, this sounds obvious. Like if you're going to give birth naturally, that's your delivery plan, and C section, that's not what I mean. I mean, in terms of who's going to take you to the hospital when you're in labor or you're going for your operation. Have you figured that out? Who's going to watch your kids if this is not your first child? You understand? And if it is not your first child and you have kids, do you have a list ready to help that person look and take care of your kids? Do you have their routine, their meals, their daycare times to go, activities they do at home for the person, just to help them out? Try and get those things sorted quite early. For example, with when I was going to give birth to my son, I couldn't go to the hospital with my husband. He had to be home with my daughter, right? For me, I don't always like my kids getting that thing of both parents are away. One parent can stay, I'm fine. So I had to organize with an Uber driver beforehand that, okay, so on this day, you're going to come to my house and pick me up at 5 a.m. because I need to be at the hospital by 6. So know and have all of that set, beforehand so that there's no chaos and you're in labor and now you're like, oh my gosh, now I need to make all these plans. Who am I going to call? Who's close by? Don't do that to yourself. And then who's going to house sit for you? If you're a couple, you stay together and no one else, have you thought about someone house sitting? Or are you going to leave the house by itself? Like, things like that. Think along those lines of who are you going to leave the house with once labor kicks in or you have to go and give birth. The other one, if you have pets, I don't have any because we don't live in a complex that doesn't allow them. But if I was in a freestanding house, I probably would. Who's going to take care of your pets? Also, have you helped that person take care of your pets? For example, written down how much your pet needs to be fed, at what times, how many times a day. Get that whole delivery plan sorted early. Make sure everyone who's in the delivery plan knows so that if anybody kind of leaves you hanging last minute, you have time to find someone else. You know what I mean? And then 11. Oh, guys, this is so important. Please research how to feed or breastfeed, especially if it is your first child. Just Google, YouTube, watch a video. With my first child, I really just thought you put the nipple in and they suck and just milk flows. I had no idea there was latching, there was holding, there was positioning. I didn't even, not that I didn't care to research, I just didn't think there was a need. Everyone just always goes on about how natural and how easy motherhood is and how you just ease into it. And I just thought, psh, I got this. Psh, I don't need to look for any information. I know how to do. You don't. You really don't. So just please just find out. Make sure you know how to latch properly so that you take away the whole struggle. There's no need for it there to be a struggle with breastfeeding in the beginning. Just do your research. Some people take classes and courses and things like that. If you're that extra, go for it. For me personally, go to someone, your mom, for instance, or your cousin, or someone who's just given birth and they're breastfeeding. Go to them and watch them while they feed their baby so you kind of know what they're doing and how they're getting into it. Hold the baby in that position and try to figure out if this is your baby, how would I hold them? How would I get them to latch? The nice thing about us is that we are growing such a community that we have an auntie, we have magazi, we have a cousin, we have different people we can go to ask for help and to get advice, and they are so open. Guys, there is nothing more our mothers love than giving us advice, hey? So this is the time you go to them and you ask for it, okay? So just prep yourself on that. I don't think it's just going to happen naturally. Have some kind of background story to it so that you can, when you go in, you kind of have an idea. You know what I mean? And then the next one, number 12, I would say download a baby app. Okay. So for me, I heard of a nice baby app called Huckleberry or even Baby Center. So here it helps you track your baby, milestones, sleep, feeding times, when they poop, when they pee. The minute you find out your baby's routine early, the easier it becomes. So using an app can seem like a hello babes is being dramatic. No, it makes your life easier because at the end of the day, you need to know the program that your baby is running on so that you know what program you're running on. You know what I mean? And having a baby app that tracks and tells you, okay, round about 6 weeks, they have a growth spurt. So they're going to be on your boob 24/7. You don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so worn out. I don't have enough breast milk. Why is my baby doing this? No, you'll know because they're having a growth spurt. Your app told you. So you're aware. It's just important for you to just always, know what's happening in your baby's life. And yeah, man, that's about it. So those are some tips for your third trimester checklist. I hope they really help. And I decided to do this video now before I go into those videos, going into these specifics, just so you write them down and have an idea on what you can work on and what you can start doing. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for supporting once again, and I'll see you again next week Friday. Bye.